What's up, guys? Welcome back. Little week delay there, but hey, we're all back. We're all good. Let's start off this podcast by giving a happy belated birthday to our beloved host, Matt Olivier.
Thank you, appreciate it. 22 years young, me and Cam in the gang. We're boomers. Old man in the pod, got the young boys in here.
The young boys, wow. So, what you guys been up to this week?
Cam?
I just had school and work, to be honest with you. Just playing video games, trying to get that grind.
Grind on what? On Twitch?
Oh, were you working at
Twitch? Yeah, I gotta put my stuff in there. TTV/CamG5298. Would appreciate the follow.
Yeah, you catch me in there moderating the chat.
Hey, what do you stream, man?
I stream Call of Duty. You know, maybe I'll throw in there, but Call of Duty.
Hey, you should play IRL type of shit.
Yeah.
Or like some poker.
Do you have a streaming schedule?
No. I'm hesitant on that, but I don't know why. I just do whenever.
We gotta get you on that grind, man.
Are you gonna be streaming tonight?
Yeah, I'll stream tonight. We'll get on there and follow it tonight.
So right after.
Well, by the time you see this,
TTV.
It'll be in the bio.
Sir, yes, sir.
Collins, what you been up to?
Yeah, so I've been doing the same thing the last 7 weeks, studying on my grind at school, just trying to graduate. Yeah, that's about it for me, to be honest with you.
Fire.
Matt, obviously it's a birthday week, but...
Yeah, honestly, I've been trying to get these guys all available for a pod, but their schedule's so crazy.
Oh, it was him. He wouldn't go on.
Okay, that's cap. Yeah, same.
He bailed yesterday. Monday he was nowhere to be seen for reasons. But we're here now.
Yeah, see, Cam's been busy with this Twitch, and then Eric is just a bona fide flaker. So, it's been really hard to get the schedule.
Collins ain't got much going on.
Yeah, man. Hey, I'm just happy we all got to get together, and, we're here now, so that's all that matters. Real quick, last week, pod was absolutely fire. We got the most views, watch time, subs, likes, everything for the whole entirety of us doing this podcast. Thank you guys so much. We only promise that we're gonna keep on bringing you that same quality. Like I said, only up from here. And yeah, thank you for riding with us, man. We really appreciate it.
Just to bounce back on that podcast, that was by far bottom line the most views, most watch time, etc. that we got, and there's a lot of sensitive people out there. I guess that's all I could say. Some people evidently didn't agree with their rankings. The most trivial thing, I didn't think much of it. The whole ranking list that we did, that was just kind of a throwaway that we did at the end of the podcast. But people care, bruh. That's all. Some people didn't agree with the rating.
They're gonna want to hear what you said about it. So
hey, you were talking a lot of smack.
We're talking a lot.
Look. We don't fucking play in the NBA. We don't play in the True League. We don't play in college. We play at a park in Gilroy.
Hey, this is our NBA, man.
Does it really matter that much?
NBA. It's
our
NBA.
NBA.
His own league, man. We got our own little park league, man. Everybody does, You got your own little squad of people you hoop with, and you guys talk shit, whatever. It's just all games, though. It's all for fun. But the
way I look at it, if you don't like where you're ranked, you got to prove that you don't belong in that ranking system. That's just me. That's how I look at it. It's if you don't like where you're at, don't get mad at me. Play better. Is that some obscene concept? If I'm missing something here, let me know, because I'm just confused.
For Eric's neck after that podcast about his hoop skills, so
look, we have people randoms, hey, what did you rank me? And it's bro, you're not even in the conversation. You're not even on the list of consideration. You know what I mean? So it's just, I don't know. It's puzzling to me. But
you're talking to our supporters right there, man. I can't back that. Come on, man.
I don't think it's disrespect at all.
Look, bro, I think everybody just wants to see you on the court for all the talk you've been doing. They what they really want to see is that Cam G versus Eric rematch trilogy. Because right now Cam's 2-0.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
So
I don't know.
We gotta get that scheduled.
Can't believe. If we do that, when things are a bit more normal, we could record that. We could throw it on the channel if people want to see me whoop his ass. I mean, I'm more than happy to. So when we hit that point,
man. Collins, who you got your money on that one-on-one?
One-on-one, I got my money on Cam just because of Eric's a one-trick pony. You just pull up from 3, and once again, he's a rather go 0-36 than 0-9 kind of guy. So I prefer Cam's like post-up game over Eric.
People are talking, dog.
Hey, I got honestly
the people.
The only thing I got Cam also, but if this dude gets tired, I don't know, because Cam might just be like, "Fuck you, fool, I don't want to." Whatever.
Yeah, you know what? That's a great point because Cam is known to just give up on plays numerous times. The second coming his way and he gets tired, he's like, "You know what? Fuck it, I'm already up." And then all of a sudden he's gonna lose his lead. But you know what? I have faith in Cam that he's gonna get his consistency up, that he's gonna finesse, and he's gonna, he's gonna.
That is a lot of faith that you're putting on him. Like it's not even you're gonna play good. It's like I know Cam's gonna grind for this.
We're gonna open the betting polls. We're gonna drop a date. You guys are gonna train, and we're gonna rent out a gym. And we're gonna film this in 4K, just live stream it, and then post it thereafter for all the viewers, and everyone's gonna bet on it.
I like how we literally have none of the needed equipment and supplies to make any of that happen. But I like your enthusiasm.
Make it happen by that time, right?
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Here's the deal.
4K?
Huh?
Isn't it 12?
I don't think it'll go. Is the 12 Pro 4K? That's what he's asking.
Oh,
pretty sure. I thought it was.
I couldn't tell you that. Here's the deal with a lot of your guys and your assessment of you guys let your annoyance at my shit talk sway how you rate me. I'm no, it's cool. Like to even suggest that Cam could beat me is honestly extremely offensive.
I have. Yes, it happened.
Did he skunk you last time you played?
11-0, baby.
It's hilarious. This happened.
11 points on you. Look at that face.
He didn't score 11. We went to like 7. I just want to remind for anyone that's wondering the way they speak about this. You're like, damn, like this must have been like maybe a year ago, 2 years. This happened 7 years ago. This is 2014. This was 7 years ago. 7 fucking years ago, and they talk about it like it's yesterday. A lot can happen in 7 years. A lot of things can change. Evidently, I'm just saying, if you think Cam can go out there and still beat me, then that's fine. You're more than obliged to believe that. But I'm just saying,
it's that
you're smoking dick.
In those 7 years, you haven't shown us you can beat Cam.
Yeah.
What do I have to do to show you that I can beat Cam?
He can.
You started playing basketball like 2 years ago.
It was just 7 years ago. How is that 2?
I'm talking to Collins, not you.
Collins. I need to ask you this now, because this is a whole nother side bet. You and Eric 1-on-1, who's winning?
Oh, me, easily.
Oh, yeah.
This is the shit I'm talking about. This is the shit I'm talking about.
I put a bill on Collins.
God.
Cam doesn't have a bill to put on anything. So look, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's the whole prime example of my point. You guys will bet against me in anything just for the sake of betting against me.
I mean,
I'll play you.
We have a video of me cooking Collins.
You have one highlight that you will use for the rest of your life because you got nothing better going for you. But you got me that way.
Your entire basis for your argument of why I can lose is Cam's fucking basketball career highlight from 7 fucking years ago.
That's a whole game, but you're referring to one whole shot.
2 games.
Oh, fucking one-on-one game at sunrise after playing basketball for like 2 hours.
That wasn't a one-on-one game.
Yes. How?
You can literally look at
all right, nobody speak. If it wasn't a one-on-one game, then what was it?
It would just be guarding you in a pickup game. What are you talking about? Pull it up.
Wait. Are you saying you beat me?
That's not what I said. It's a pickup.
Oh, you're saying why you think you could beat me is playing against me in like random pickup games.
That was that highlight you're referring to is a pickup game where I would just happen to be guarding you for a possession. It's not a one-on-one.
Like you were lost, and you were lost in the sauce.
Wow. You know what? Whatever. You could have that highlight. You could have your career highlight against me.
My career.
I think
like I said,
honestly, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a 1-on-1 tournament, and we're gonna have a 2-on-2 tournament.
I could beat Matt 1-on-1. That's the funny part. Like no one here on this pod could take me. So it's just wild to hear everyone
take Eric
to talk out their neck.
Collins has to post game in the defense, and he can.
Collins doesn't have shit.
His perimeter is a little iffy. You know,
no one is willing to rebound, and the boards is where it's at. Board man gets paid, man.
I don't know, Eric. I've seen you play ball once in the past year, and it wasn't very pretty, bro.
When?
At Adrian's.
Which time?
The
first time was pretty
rough. You were there. I saw a lot of air balls, man. It was some chucking going on.
That fucking court is makes no sense. The fucking symmetry. And to top it off,
buckets of that court.
I saw top it off. I went stop. I went twice. First time was rough. Second time I played better when I got used to the court.
I wasn't there, man. I got to see it myself.
I don't know, bro. We'll see. Yeah, but evidently some people weren't satisfied with the rankings. Just to me, if you want to earn a higher tier, play better. That's all it is. There's no need to get mad at me.
I mean, you haven't been there in a year, so I mean, I don't think you can say anything as of right now. Everyone's been balling.
Who do you think?
Marcus wants the ones. Cam wants the ones. Collins wants the ones. Eric, you gotta.
They can all get it. That's not a problem.
Mortal Kombat, you gotta go up the ladder and beat everyone.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
You just gotta earn your key.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
So they love to talk in the hoop chat, but when it comes down to it,
I mean, it's just funny because for those of you who don't know, we've been playing with these same group, pretty much more or less the same group of people all through high school and everything. So it's just pretty cool that we've kept the same squad of hoop, and then some here and there add-ins, but it's just it's pretty much the same.
Squad wars.
We know everybody's traits, I guess. But Collins, speaking of high school, there's a story you told us the other day. I was wondering if you could elaborate on it, man, because I think it would just be golden for the viewers.
So back in the day, when I was a wee youngin', freshman year, new to high school, I think one of our first units for PE was swimming, and I took a 0 period in my.
There's so many bad ways the story could go.
I took 0 period my first 2 years of high school so that I could get an extra elective and quote unquote fill my course requirements earlier. And doing that, I had PE 0 period, and we had a swimming unit. For said swimming unit, every time we had that class, I would just walk to the pool early in the morning at 7:45. Yeah, I'd leave my house 7:45. And walk all the way to
8 o'clock.
What was that?
We start class at 8 o'clock. What do you mean?
What was it?
Yeah, it had to be before 7 a.m.
Yeah, class started at 8, so I left the house 7:45-ish.
No. 0 period.
When did 0 period?
0 period. 7 o'clock.
Started at 7.
You were leaving your house at 6 a.m.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, you're acting like he lives in fucking Mountain View. He lived right by the school.
Yeah, I live walking. It's a 7-minute walk to the school.
Okay.
Regardless, this story is serial killer tendency.
Let him carry on. 6:40.
I would walk to school shirtless in the morning, getting ready for the swimming unit because I figured I would save time instead of dressing out because I kind of like swimming. I like the idea of swimming. So I would like just go straight to the pool with like shirtless, like, but I wouldn't walk from my house like with nothing on but my swim trunks.
I just think the idea
6:45 walking out of your house shirtless in some trunks, all the way like through the bridge, back behind the school, and just waiting.
Didn't we swim during wintertime too? Like fucking December-ish?
It was like September.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was one of our first units.
I don't know. Just the idea of you being so enthusiastic to swim that I could just picture you running to the pool fucking shirtless. It's just so fucking just. Yeah, I don't know.
I would put my towel in like the dryer before like a couple minutes before I would leave the house. Then I would get it while it was like still warm, wrap it around myself, then put my backpack on, then trek out into the wilderness to go to school. And then I would be
driving by. This guy has no shirt on. Like, why do you have no shirt on?
There were never people. You know, there were never people that ever stopped me or said anything to me about it.
Okay. Why would anyone stop you?
Like you guys say, like, oh, what about the drivers? Like nobody was awake the time I was walking to school. Like nobody.
Okay. Yeah, look, no one was gonna like stop you and be like and subdue you because you didn't have a shirt on. But it's just like the looks you would probably get. They'd be like, "What the fuck?" You
guys think I get looks? Nobody ever saw me. You guys didn't even know about this till I brought it up. Nobody ever said anything but like question. Yo, why is that kid shirtless at 6:50 a.m.?
Yeah, not to you. They said it in their head. Yeah.
I figured that I would save time dressing out and I would be already and I'd be prepared.
Throw a shirt on before you leave.
You save time.
I like how the concept of like it's like you're walking past your room and you have like a tee just hanging. You're like, fuck, dude, it's gonna take me so long to take off when I get there. Like, there's no logic behind it at all.
Throw this shirt.
No sense.
You know, because like,
I get the swim trunks. Like you put the trunks in the shirt and the towel, and then you walk in. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But the shirt, like, there's just no logic behind it.
Eric, my freshman year, like, really before like we started talking again, freshman year, like I would all of middle school, I only wore like jeans, right, to school. Like you would call me out for like the baggy shorts that I would wear, right?
Yeah.
I didn't own like any other shorts. It was either those shorts or all the neon shit that I had. That you guys all.
You had a lot of neon shit.
So like,
dude, there was a lot of neon in your wardrobe. Like those first 2 years of high school, you were like a highlighter. Like, I don't know what the fuck.
Regardless,
like what?
Regardless, it didn't matter what I wore. You were gonna cook me for it, and I wore a lot of jeans, you know, and like I like jeans that like my mom would get me like jeans that I would like fit. I would grow into. You know, and
she give you the boot cuts, bruh.
That's the stuff that I would wear.
Gives you those Kanji boot cuts, 8 sizes up.
Okay, so you want to talk about fucking baggy pants?
Yeah. So
hey.
I would.
Look. But here's the deal. You eventually grew out of that phase. You got properly fitting jeans. Cam is still fighting that battle to this day. Like at the end,
hearted.
You've moved up past that point in your life, so you should be happy.
I mean, Eric, you were wearing the speed kills.
Oh no, I'm not.
XLs, man.
I did. Dude, in 7th grade, was it 7th grade? In 7th or 8th grade, my favorite shirt was like a triple XL Jordan tee. Like I'm not anyone to judge, but it's still fucking hilarious.
Yeah, look at Collins now, man, just dripping through the screen.
He's got the huff, bro.
Yeah.
Smoking weed now, man.
Oh, what? What it?
Never, man.
Yeah, I know.
Kingsley watches this podcast. Please be careful.
Camji used to try to peer pressure me into smoking, but I refused.
Definitely, you were the one that peer pressured me.
You guys, these people in this podcast.
Nah, there's
influences. This guy's career, probably my worst influence. And after that,
y'all were smoking weed. What do you guys do now?
I don't smoke.
I've been clean for about 2-3 years.
I've never smoked.
You've been clean. Yeah, y'all do any other narcotics or?
First time I came to your house, I saw a lot of narcotics.
Hey, easy there, buddy.
Yo,
I don't do that.
what's going on here, man? I don't know what you guys are talking
Yeah, let's get off this topic. I don't like where we're going here.
I don't like the feel of this.
So
Back to you, Collins. Next question.
What was I talking about? Like my jeans. Yeah. So instead of like having to like roll up, like I would just
The cup?
my jeans to PE. You know, because like it was kind of like a mission, like folding it, putting it in my backpack, along with all my other clothes. So I figured, I'm just gonna what?
We had lockers.
Yeah, no. But like, I mean, like, because I would have to like roll up my like jeans because I'm like a 32 like length, you know. So like they were like pretty thick boys, like, and like you didn't have my struggles, Cam. You wouldn't understand. They're like so the ulterior to me doing that was just showing up shirtless to PE.
Wait. What? Where is there's no correlation at all? Do you even hear how you sound? You're like it was really hard to cuff my jeans, so I had to walk to school shirtless. Like that makes no fucking sense at all.
Collins, you're crazy. You were just savage when Eric said when you heard the balls on his lap. Oh my god.
No one ever said anything to me, so I never found it.
Because nobody saw you. I guarantee you, if you asked anyone if that was normal, they would tell you, no, don't do that.
I think our initial reaction would have kind of like told you that if that was brought up during high school, it would have been a discussion.
Everything I did was a discussion, from the shoes I wore to the shorts I wore to just how I looked. Like no one would ever give me a break.
You think
my
so?
knack attacks.
Oh,
your knack. Now the Air Monarchs, remember?
Honestly, Air Monarchs are kind of clean these days.
You better.
Okay, that's just.
They're like a pair of like fake shoes I got from like Ross. And I think that's when Eric had my very first pair of Jordans came from Eric actually. They were
Team Jordans?
Yeah, my first pair of Jordans, like real Jordans.
The Teamsters.
I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the wolf gray ones that you got me. You gave
No. I know exactly what you're talking about. I mean, even if they were Team Jordans, they were like
they
were better than anything we had in the world.
And Collins wore them.
How like I thought it was so sad that you came to Yafi's third period class and you just took these shoes out from your bag and you just handed them to me. You're like, hey, don't wear those. You told me not to wear what I was wearing anymore.
I hate the way you're framing this story is like you're fucking trying to make yourself sound like a Make-A-Wish child. I don't like how you're framing this story.
It was such a nice jet. Like
it was. No, like
but like the way you did it.
It's so weird that like I had no issues wearing like with what I wore, but then like I come to high school and then like it's slandered left and right. Like I never had a problem with anything I did.
I don't know, but people get progressively meaner, like as like the age. So like that's that age of like where like people, motherfucker, what's I look for, bitch? What? Bottom right? I'm talking to Cam, not you. You're like at that age where like people will get on you for literally anything. So I just think that's just natural. Like, people will give you shit
like
for
Franklin, how like what Franklin wore to school. Like what I was wearing, it was like I didn't care. I would have been fine doing just that, but people felt sorry for me and I didn't care. But like
Franklin didn't like Franklin didn't mix with like a group of people, which is honestly better in a way. Like that gave a shit, I think.
Yeah.
Versus like just the people you were around.
Like you.
Okay, I wasn't like okay. Don't even you can't tell me shit. I wasn't the one like on his ass on his head every day about it. I'm just saying that like
the nicest person to Collins, not gonna lie.
Get the fuck out of here. But like just the people we were around, like they would get on you for literally anything. So like I was trying to spare you
Yeah, Cam didn't even hang out with us. He was too busy with his.
That's true.
Donor group.
Cam literally just like one day he did this. Was like, yeah, I'm not doing this, and he just walked away. Didn't come back for like 2.5 years.
I honestly didn't think I even hung out. I went over there first because I went to fucking Cougar Fest with Justin Fernandez, and after that we talked about going to zero period. So we did zero period together, and his mom would drive us because we lived down the street together. And then after that, we just started hanging out, and I started hanging out with everybody else.
The fact that like I've known Cam, like Cam and I've had the same like PE classes since like the 7th grade.
Don't fucking listen to this man.
he never said.
It's the most hurtful.
He never said hi to me for 5 years.
Like I can pull up our old yearbook. It like it go through like where you and I sat. Like you used to wrestle Franklin back in the day. Like when you tried to join the wrestling team, and then you just denied like ever knowing me when I came to high school.
I didn't know you.
Like what the hell?
Honestly, like I do not remember at all.
We used to be practice partners and shit, and then we had Mr. Facella and Mr. Lang together, and then who was it, Mr. Facella? And then you claimed to not know me. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what did I do?
My zero period class?
I'm pretty sure this has been talked about before. Maybe not on here, but I'm pretty sure you talked about this.
Yeah, before. So like Cam, the definition of snake, to literally pretend to not know me.
I'm not pretending. I didn't know you.
Hey, Collins, did you and Eric talk at all through middle school or no?
Yeah. Hey, what's your contact? They won. They won.
You know, Eric made that contact. He spelled everything wrong. Like.
Cut it.
Eric made that contact?
I never changed it. That's the same thing.
No. Okay. All right.
I didn't know
you guys. All right. Anyway. Anyway.
What's the contact name?
Let's chill. All right.
Cancel.
Dude, I didn't know that.
I was a very ignorant 14-year-old. Anyway, no. I didn't talk to. I've known Colin since first grade, but we didn't talk for like a 3-year period from 6 to 8.
I've known Cam since 5th grade. We never stopped talking though, so.
Yeah, we never stopped.
I mean, Collins, have you noticed this? There's this thing that exists here where like they have this like competitive shit, like this competitive edge about like how long they've been friends.
Well, I mean, your guys because you went to different schools, but we went to different schools too.
No. But your upbringing was different. Like the way, like when I met you guys, like the whole concept of like I'll go over to a friend's house. I had never done that before. Like you guys, like
growing up,
in Collins, especially back then, wasn't like it wasn't like I'll go to your house to go to my house type of shit. It was like see you at school.
I bet if you asked, you could have went.
I did ask. You think Eric's the only friend I had? Like I couldn't do that.
I motherfucker, don't make me a dick about it. But it was a completely different like dynamic. But we were still boys. That was my guy, bruh. I mean, he still is. But I'm just saying.
Like you guys.
But if you count but you guys have this little like fucking like little like we me and Cam talked during middle school. We were still friends. Like, no one gives a shit, bruh. No one cares. And even then, when did you guys meet? 3rd grade?
5th grade.
5th grade, because he went.
You guys met in 5th grade, so I've known him since first. So if you count,
you didn't talk to him. You didn't talk. You didn't talk.
There's a giant gap where you guys didn't even like.
There was a gap of 4 years where me and him talked, and you guys never even talked once. So who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't work like that.
Even if you count the total number of years as friends.
Okay, you guys were like when you were really young, you were friends. Then you start talking in high school. It's not like you guys were. Lifelong like friends the whole time.
That is the definition of lifelong, essentially.
Like,
I fucking met him when I was 6.
Yeah, at school, and then
it wasn't even just like like Eric's like one of my like a classmate kind of friend. No, like Eric's who I hung out with throughout all of elementary.
I used to literally do like what was essentially fucking like child labor with him for fucking high fives in elementary school. Yeah, like literally we used to fucking push handbars.
You didn't even like get like a house phone number down, man. Me and Cam used to. You remember we used to memorize our fucking house
phone numbers, yeah.
like write on paper and then call off my house phone.
Because you didn't have a
You guys were so cute back in the day.
And we'd be like, hey, Luigi, a prayer, 5 o'clock.
Luigi, right? Wasn't that like that rich school? See, Eric and I came from Broward Kelly. We literally came out the mud together. You guys went.
Okay,
No,
relax.
Like after
That is literally like the second richest school out of the elementary schools in Gilroy.
Those Rucker kids had it rough.
Because we played slam ball there, even though I couldn't dunk till like.
That was fucking hilarious.
Cam, when did you how old were you when you could dunk?
I was probably in like 8th grade, honestly.
I was in 7th grade, middle school.
So you're like a little bit earlier, but you're taller, so that's like cheating.
Yeah, but let's be real. Kevin's at court right now. He's not dunking.
Hey,
They raised the hoops though, no?
No,
Didn't they raise the hoops?
No,
Are they still the same size?
some of them down. Yeah.
Yeah, you can probably dunk.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, like there was a different, just like the way we were raised.
First time hanging out with Eric, dude, this guy was so like scared to just. Like,
Okay, shut the fuck up. What are we even saying?
Wait. He didn't want to invite us over because he thought we would use him for his pool.
he still
No,
thinks-
wait. There's probably more to that. Let me think.
Oh, bullshit. That's exactly what you said. You're like, I was afraid that everyone was going to use me for my pool, so I didn't want anybody to come over.
No, there was some snakes. No. But there was some snakes though that tried to like be homies with me, literally just to come. Like they used to try and slide to the pool real quick.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, facts. Like I've had some bad friends, but like Darnell to Luna is probably the snakish like personality in all of Gilroy, like that I think I've ever met. Like I can't think of like a worse guy just through all. That's
All right.
besides the point. I don't focus on negative energy.
Well, who
But
was
yeah,
your
I didn't.
high school friend.
Well, when I got to high school, well, it was weird because I went to Rod Kelly, which was there was a lot of kids. It was like a mix, I'd say, right, Collins, of like kids that ended up at GHS, kids that ended up at CHS type of thing.
Yeah.
I'd say that one was a mix, but most of the kids from Rod Kelly went to Solorzano, which is where Collins went.
Yeah,
but
sorry. Did you get an inter-district transfer, Collins?
Yeah, they asked me if I wanted to, but I already had Franklin like going to the school, so I.
Yeah, I had to get an inter-district transfer.
Why? Where were you guys supposed to go?
We're supposed to go to Brownell with Matt.
And
Like,
Collins, where were you supposed to go?
Sucked, bro.
Brownell. We all live together. We all live by each other.
Yeah, actually, now that you that's fucking yeah, but I didn't so like I went to fucking I was going, all my sisters went to South Valley, so I knew from the jump that like most of my friends were gonna be like who was gonna be there, and I kind of came to that realization like, oh shit, I don't think I'm gonna have very many friends there except one guy, my guy Oscar Salinas, who's the fucking cool. He knows, Collins knows who it is, but he's like the coolest dude ever. But I went to South Valley, and I remember going there like on my first day, and I was like, dude, I'm in the wrong school. Like it was the complete opposite of how Rod Kelly was. Like Rod Kelly was very like, kids were like quiet and like, you know, like no one talked. And then you went to South Valley and shit, and it was like rowdy. There was like fights all the fucking time. And it was like a very like huge change in environment, and I didn't fucking know anybody, which was like worse because like anyone who's been to a fucking new school can tell you. I mean, everyone made that jump from like elementary to middle school. Like everyone did, but I'm just saying, like some kids, they go to middle school and they have friends already. Like it was the fucking opposite. I had no friends. Like I had to like fucking build that shit from scratch again.
Yeah, I didn't really know.
I remember. Actually, I remember exactly who I hung out with my first day of fucking middle school. And on the video where we talked about, I don't know if it was the Q&A or maybe the video before that, where that guy, Justin G, he commented on the video, remember? And you sent it to me? That guy was the fucking guy I chilled with on my first day of middle school. And he ended up transferring out of South Valley, I think, even before he finished 6th grade. But that guy was literally like, yeah, it was just me and him. And we were just chilling. And then eventually, I had it like, you know, middle school where you kind of get set with the same kids in your classes, like, and I got set with the same kids, so I kind of gained friends there. So I formed my fucking group of friends in middle school who were all kids who didn't go to Rod Kelly, And then none of them fucking went to CHS. All of them went to GHS because South Valley was right by GHS. So I literally, that first day of high school was like, fuck, dude. Like, because it's even worse. Like, middle school, you're kind of like, it's like, even if you don't
around and put little
didn't you go to football before you first day? Didn't you?
Yeah, okay, so I'll get to that. So it was looking rough, bro. I like middle school, like I had like a fucking a mid pre-teen crisis and like put on hella weight. I got super fat. I wasn't doing anything. And like, yeah, it was just rough, bro. Like a life for a 12-year-old Eric was not looking good. 12, 13-year-old Eric was not good. I mean, I formed a friend group, but it's like they told me in 8th grade, like, yeah, we're all going to GHS because they all lived by South Valley, which is right by GHS. And I was like, fuck, dude, what am I gonna do? Because like now it's like high school, which is so fucking stupid. Like when you get out of high school, you realize how like fucking it doesn't matter at all. But at the time, you're like damn, like I don't want to like, no one wants to roll up first day and be like that kid that's kind of just like doesn't have anywhere to go.
You were nervous?
And I had said, I could just fucking introduce this into how I reconnected with everyone in the podcast. So I said like, hey, I'm gonna do football, and my thought process, I didn't even know there was like such a thing as football, like summer workouts for 8th graders. And I didn't know. And I remember thinking I saw like kids who turned out to be like all of these dudes, except Collins. Collins joined his sophomore year. But I saw like a group of kids who looked around like my age or whatever, and they were all practicing and shit. And my dad saw it too, like, hey, is that like your age group? Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, I don't know. And I remember I walked from my house to the fucking the ASB office, not even the ASB, what the hell do they call it? Just the main office. Yeah. And I was like, hey, do you know when like summer workouts start? Like they started over a month ago. And I was like, oh shit.
I remember that.
And they're like, we have practice today at 3. And I remember like saying, oh, thank you. And in my fucking stomach, dude, like my fucking heart dropped. I was like, oh no, I have to go now. Like I don't have an excuse. And yeah, that I just remember dreading the thought, because I went at like 10 a.m. and like just dreading the thought of like having to exercise like fucking horrified me. The thought of having to run a lap was like the most terrifying thing in the world to me. But I said like, hey, no matter what, I'm gonna do this, because like I'm tired of just like being fat and doing nothing and like not having like any, just, I just kind of felt like I was like floating or whatever. So I ended up walking to practice with no cleats. I went in my Reebok basketball shoes because I didn't have cleats. Okay. And I literally, my dad was at work, so he couldn't take me to buy some. And I remember I pulled up in the first day, we go into the weight room, and because I had kind of had this perception of myself that like I'm a bigger guy, which is such a lot. I'm only 5'9" now. And at the time I was like 5'7", but I was fat. So like I tricked myself and thinking I'm like a bigger dude. I could play line or whatever. And I go, and it's like what made it worse is that all of the kids in the front when you walk into varsity. So when I walked in, I thought all those kids were like in my age group, and I was like, there's no fucking way. I am literally going to get abused. Like there's no way I can do this.
Especially bigger then too.
Yeah, they're fucking huge, man. I mean, that team, whatever it was at 2013 to 2014, that team was like really fucking big compared to how we were when we ended up being seniors. So I'm looking at these kids, I'm like, there's no fucking way. And then they're like, hey, I think you need to go down there. Because like one of the fucking guys told me. And I went, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm not scared anymore. I'm not as scared anymore, because I saw all the kids my age, and they were a lot of them. I realized like there's also like unathletic, chubby kids who are like playing sports for the first time, who are just like me doing this. But regardless, I remember vividly, there was like, you could tell from the jump. There's like in whatever, especially in high school, there's like social like cues about who thinks they're the shit, like in terms of sports, especially football, and who kind of has the feeling that like they're not. And there was this group of kids, and Matt was one of them, who were lifting noticeably. They were lifting like noticeably heavier weight compared to everyone else. Is my camera quality good?
It's kind of shaky.
You're good.
Yeah, but there was a group of kids that were like lifting noticeably heavier weight. It was like Matt,
Me and Matt put in that work before someone worked.
Cam wasn't there. Don't listen to the motherfucker lie to you. Cam did not lift heavy weight back then.
I would go to the gym every day with my grandpa. But
you weren't as strong as like Matt and like a couple other kids. I'm not gonna say the other names. There's no point. But there was a group of other kids, and Matt was in there. And I remember just thinking, I was like, dude, this guy looks like a douche because he kind of had this like. He was wearing this extremely tight Batman compression shirt that did. And
it was a compression.
And the thing is, he was 14, but the shirt was made for like a 9-year-old. So you could tell from the jump that like it was clearly time to let it go. He was already beginning to kind of like get a little bulky. I mean, for as big as you can get for a 14-year-old. And I saw them lifting. And the thing is, I had never really lifted a weight before. So I didn't have any concept of how strong I was or like how much I should be lifting. And boy, let me tell you, if you want to get humbled, never lift weight and then go around a group of kids that have been lifting weight for a couple months and you'll get humbled extremely quickly. Because I went and I remember I got put in a group of kids who like sucked pretty much, like the group of kids who like kind of like probably for what they were like super weak, probably didn't show up to practice or whatever. And I tried throwing up 5 pounds on each side and I almost dropped it on myself. So it was like this humbling a moment of like, holy shit, like I'm really weak. I'm really fat. I'm not well conditioned. How am I going to do this type of thing? And I remember one of our coaches, he came to like our group specifically because he probably had an inclination that like we were like kind of like not confident, kind of like strong, like whatever, like we were kind of fitting in type of group. And he was talking about like a lifting technique. And I never lifted a bar before. That was the first time I'd ever lifted a bar. And I remember he like talked about it on how to do it. And the thing is, he was talking for so long. Like this dude was like giving like a fucking 7 years ago type speech about how to lift. So I zoned out and I throw the weight up and I completely like forgot everything he said. And I dropped the weight on myself. And I remember he like looked at me. He was like, son, when I tell you something, you got to fucking listen. And I was like, oh my God, like that scared. But it was just, I had pretty much like shielded him. I had played 1 year of Pop Warner and I began to get in shape, but I got fat again. And I just, I got fat again. And then it was easy just not to do it. Just tell myself, oh, I'm too big. I can't play, like blah, blah, blah. Just as an excuse to not go out there and kind of push yourself. And I remember like, I was like, oh, whoa. Like, cause my concept of what high school football was like, this was so stupid talking about high school football now, but there's like lessons that you could learn from it. But like my concept of high school football was like Friday Night Lights and shit, where like the coaches like fucking scream at you and shit and like yell at you and all this bullshit. So like hearing that for the first time was like, whoa, like I'm not this, like this isn't like my little like, this isn't my area where I could just be comfortable and not like stress about anything changing and like being pushed. And it was really like it kind of shook. What's up?
Bring it back to how you reunited with Matt, Cam, and me.
Like,
okay, yeah, I'll get there. Yeah, but that coach, he pretty much told me after, like, hey, like he told me like this coach like broke me down and was like, hey man, like you could do this. I know you can. Like I see blah blah blah. I see like greatness in you, blah blah blah. Which really was like probably all bullshit. You can't fucking tell that off meeting someone. But like it was like enough of a push to kind of like get me to come back type of thing where like someone was like, hey, like you're all right. Like it's fine. You'll get better. And then so I go and then we start practicing and like Cam was there, Matt was there, a lot of other people that I still know now were there, but I didn't know any of them. And they clearly had like a form of like a friendship.
I was like, what the fuck?
And I remember my first so Cam played line like I did, but the issue I had with Cam was that he was a dick. Like he had this thing where he thought he was really good because we were 14, right? We played line or whatever. None of the linemen were good. Cam had played a little bit. He was probably better than most of us, but he definitely had that awareness like, hey, I'm better than all these guys. So like, if you've ever played any sport, if you've ever done a club, a fucking drama, like any type of activity, there's that one kid who tries to speak for the teacher, speak for the coach, whatever it may be, like come on guys, let's do this. Cam was that guy. Cam was that guy. But it like mixed in like cussing and like shitty and like annoying attitude in there. And that's kind of the sense you got from Cam. So my initial thought was like, this guy's the worst. Like, I don't like this fucking guy. Like, he's annoying. Like, he thinks he's better than all of us. So I kind of didn't really want to talk to him. And so I kind of went, but I kind of formed like a group of like people that I knew. And like, I started coming every day and I got to know people. And the thing with Matt was like, we didn't really talk much. We kind of got cool over like literally pick up basketball, which is really kind of what we did.
We definitely talked in the weight room for sure.
Yeah, but like our relationship was a lot different. Like me and you initially had that fake relationship, like the way you and Collins had that relationship, where it's like, Collins, like I knew you were exactly. Like I could give you an example of how me and Matt would talk. I could talk to Matt now. I'll tell him anything. So I'll call him on his bullshit. I'll do whatever. But back then, we didn't have that like type of relationship yet. So our relationship would consist of like, hey man, I see you killing it out there, bro. Keep going, man. You got it, type of thing. Like, you know, like real like peppery bullshit. That's not how you talk to your real friend. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, of course you want to uplift your friend and compliment him, but like there's also like the shit aside from that, where like you talk shit and you bust each other's balls or whatever. So it took a while to kind of get to that point where me and Matt were like kind of formed that type of friendship. And then so I kind of got to know people, but the thing was I was only there like a month until school started. So school starts in high school, and I still didn't really have like a friend group, but one friend from South Valley, my boy Oscar, the guy who was the only one friend that went to fucking South Valley from Kelly, was there. So I kicked it with him and like all the soccer players and shit on the freshman team. Like there were like all these dudes that spoke Spanish, and like I fucking stuck out like a sore thumb because like I was like just the whitest dude in the world. But they were like, those were my homies back in the day, bro. I got love for all those dudes. Freddie, PJ Bazooka _408, like, you know, Oscar, like all those, like those are the guys. Like they were all cool to me, and that's really who I hung out with. And then I got cool with Collins because on the first day of biology, I needed a lab partner, and I recognized Collins. And he'll tell you eventually, he'll probably interject at some point and tell you, yeah, I didn't recognize him. He was so fat. Like he was literally unnoticeable, blah, 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 blah. I know he will, because he's repeatedly he's repeatedly anytime I bring up how we kind of got to know how we met back up in high school. That's the first thing he says is like, yeah, honestly, he was hella fat. And like he looked like a cholo because he used to wear baggy clothes and shit.
I do not talk like that. I don't think.
No, you don't talk like that. But that's what you said. But anyway, I needed a lab partner, and the thing was, in elementary school, we took all the same classes, and like Collins would like copy off my homework and shit like that. No, he wouldn't copy off my homework, but like he would ask me for help and shit, like when we were in class. So our dynamic, and then we got to high school.
Eric was notably the like smarter one. Like I would go to him for help. Like Eric was considerably smart. So when I saw him in biology, looking back, like, bro, that's your homie from first, 5th grade. Like, and like we were the only freshmen in that class too. Keep in mind, because at the time they didn't let freshmen did environmental, but we went biology for whatever reason. So we were the only two.
That's the 8th grade testing thing.
Yes, we were the only 2 freshmen in that class. So like we were kind of forced to reconnect. To be honest.
Yeah, sure. It was like connector or just dethroned people.
We start working on this lab, and I'm thinking, yeah, Eric, you know, those smart kid. Boy, was I fucking wrong. He did not all year. Every day was,
yeah, I did it.
Or you would just watch me do the whole lab.
Yeah, I feel
it was cool though, because it Go ahead, Matt.
No, I was just gonna say, I feel like Eric and Cam wouldn't have got as cool if it weren't for me, and I wouldn't have got as cool with Collins if it wasn't for Eric.
You know how Matt, we already know.
Yeah.
Let me explain like my relationship with Matt. So earlier, Eric already said that like Matt came across like as a douche, right?
Why do you guys say that?
Hold up. And even your voice, bro. Your voice was so fucking annoying to me back in the day. But you were super.
You never said that.
Hold up, wait.
You're incredibly. Like, you know how Matt does podcast introductions? Take that voice and like heighten it by like 15 and like annoyingness, and then it's literally that's exactly how he would sound back.
I tried so hard to like.
No, Matt was super nice.
Well, like, oh, Collins, man.
Bro, can I just let me explain?
That's how we talk.
Eric, let me explain.
Go ahead.
Matt was like incredibly nice to me, you know, like very like uplifting guy. But this is before I really knew him, so you know, this is just like his fake persona. So like,
dude, okay, real quick, it wasn't a fake persona. It was because I thought you were like uncomfortable, like just coming out. Yeah.
For the most part, I was, and like, so I appreciate you bringing me in the way that you did, like hyping me up. And for whatever reason, I felt like Matt was like the kind of person that like he sees something that I don't even see in myself. So I can't let him down. I even impressed him. I think I lifted Eric up, right, to show him how like strong I was. This is freshman, like this is like a young college, very like stupid. Like,
this was probably the end of freshman year when we were about to finish and go into the summer.
Up Eric, because like he was, you know, like you said before, he was considerably big. So I lifted him up like to show that like, yeah, I'm a strong guy. And I remember we immediately fell over. Like we immediately fell after I picked you up. But like I was like, you know what? Like here's Matt. He's commenting on my IG. If you look at my old Instagram post, you'll still see the way that like Matt and I used to talk to each other. Like Matt was super
hilarious.
Uplifting and
hilarious.
But then I got to know him, you know. And Matt, one of my closest friends. He's a good boy, but he's by far the biggest instigator I fucking know. Like,
yeah, there's two. Collins literally couldn't have said any better. There's like two phases to knowing Matt. There's like the like exactly. There's like the politically kind of like
Eric without me.
Phase is killing.
Yeah. You kind of it just happens one day. I don't know what it is. You kind of just hit this point where it's like, yeah, we're just jumping into the deep end and like this shit's on now. Cam's relationship was probably a bit different because he's known him so long. But you know, for us, it was a bit we met him a little bit later. So like I'm not even sure if Cam had a phase like that. It was probably just like that from the jump. But ours was a little bit more of an adjustment.
Matt just looked like a douchebag too with that, because he used to have like this buzz cut. So he just looked horrible.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
it looked horrible. You want to talk about haircuts, Collins?
Yeah, I had
I
had buzz cuts, but you chose to look like that. Like I didn't. Like I couldn't believe it.
It wasn't a bad cut per se. It was just bland.
Compared to what you look like now, like those were considerably bad.
The cut wasn't terrible. It was just a bland haircut. It was just what most people got at that time.
Yeah.
Like Cam, you used to cut your hair super fucking short too.
Yeah, like a 4.
Like freshman year.
Yeah.
One time Cam got
yeah.
That was
yeah, like exactly. Like that was just the shit that was like in back then.
I cut it for football season and then let it grow until football season.
I think, yeah.
No, yeah, man.
But,
I mean, Eric, like, I remember he was just very timid and like shy, self like preserved type of guy. Like didn't want to come out of his shell. And, you know, I really just had to just put him under my wing.
I fucking despise the way you tell this story.
He was in his little hole, and I had to throw some cheese outside of it for him to come out. I snatched him up, and I took him out to the streets, and the Bloods was born, you know?
I absolutely hate the way anytime you fucking talk about the way like our friendship, because it's like it's so like fucking like there's like a savior complex that you have with telling stories where no matter what the fucking story is, you saved the day somehow. Like Matt came along and he fixed everything. Like I could literally have fucking like full like we could just go back to the I had full fucking blown depression. They're like, yeah, you know, he was super depressed, and then I came in, you know, we fucking cocooned him some Ritz crackers, and yeah, we got him out of that, man. He's good to go.
Hey, but what percentage of what I just said is true, though? Yeah, let's be real. At least
no. I 100% meeting everyone helped me kind of like get open more and be socialized, but it wasn't you fucking getting me out of a hole with some cheese. That's not how it fucking went. That analogy is terrible. And it wasn't just you. There was other people along the way that helped me kind of, become more confident and like want to come out and hang. Like this is revision. This is white revisionist history. Like Matt is literally like, just including in just him. But there was other people, even Collins to an extent.
Collins, huh?
Collins, Cam. I mean Adrian, Dante. Fuck, there was a lot of people.
Yeah, man. But let's be real.
Not gonna answer me.
This is shit I'm talking about.
What did you say?
This is shit I'm talking about.
Collins?
Yeah.
All right, so first of all, the reason I was so nice and like tried to
why did you pay attention to me?
I'm struggling.
Because I had a feeling that you were gonna like try to quit or something, and I was like, dude, I don't want him to quit. So I was like,
do you notice how he says the reason why I was so nice? That should tell you everything you need to know.
Because are you like, I'm still nice to Collins? What do you mean? I literally drove to Merced just to hang out with him. What be
here he goes again, flexing that fucking car drive.
Hey,
I've been to. No. I fucking drove to Merced before to see him, to pick him up, to go to Camp's house for.
Yeah, and I drove out of the way to go get him for Reno.
No, but that's no.
I
But
still
that's
haven't
bullshit.
seen any gas money.
But you want to know what's bullshit about me going to pick him up, literally to see a fight and then take him home the next morning? We agreed that you would drive him home. I would pick him up and you would drive him home. Next morning comes, oh fuck, bro, I'm not trying to drive, and then you just left. Literally, like just left.
Oh shit!
I literally blew through a full fucking tank. I think I had to fill my tank up twice.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Shit was $80, bro.
So what I'm getting at is that you only like gravitated towards me so that I wouldn't quit football because of why? Like what?
He only wanted you for your swag, bro.
I was just like, damn, I really hope Collins doesn't quit. So I was like, you know what? Because honestly, you know what you did? I remember exactly what you did. We weren't even in pads yet, but we were in like, we literally had like linemen and like they were line, and Franklin ran a jet sweep, and Collins literally like grabbed him by the like clotheslined him on the last play and like, landed. And I was like, holy shit, this guy's a beast. So I was like, dude, I'm gonna message him later and be like, I think it was like a TBH too. So
it was a TBH.
Yeah,
crazy.
So I mean,
I think I remember how I could probably recite how it went.
Yeah, it was my honest thought.
It was like TBH, bro. I see you working hard. I see a lot of potential in you. And Collins came out with this sappy ass response, like, "Damn, bro,
was I not right?
Really appreciate it, man. I'm working really hard and I'm loving the sport."
So in a deep dive, if we're looking at the tip of the iceberg right now. If we really dive deep, Collins really got senior athlete of the year because of me.
That's 100% true. If we're being honest.
Yeah, if we're being honest, it's because
you did win senior athlete of the year.
It was because of me.
Know that like
I completely forgot about that.
Hey, Dylan Oliveira should have won.
Oh God.
I voted for Chris.
You guys
realize one sport
before I did football, and then I did better, like considerably better in wrestling than I did any other sport. You guys look at football.
Anyways.
Like none of you
milking that injury.
I think only Cam saw like my matches where I was like Eric saw me freshman year when I was just like whatever, like where I was.
And
like,
I pinned you.
Ranked. And then I remember Cam and Peyton went to like they went to a tournament of hours.
I don't know why. I was thinking about this a few days ago. I was like, I don't know why I wasn't at your senior night for wrestling.
Yeah, I went to your senior night too, but I didn't walk with you.
That's a regret. I'm sorry.
For wrestling? That's not me because I didn't really like make it. Like you guys never watched any of my meets. Only Cam saw like.
Well, it just happened because I remember seeing a post. You walked with the
fucking hours.
What happened?
I never got those hours.
I lost those hours. No, I didn't either. He didn't sign my shit.
Yeah, he didn't.
Your fucking wrestling coach. I worked at freshman year, and your wrestling coach didn't even sign my shit. And this dude Collins was like, bruh, literally free food from the snack bar the entire day. They were fucking rationing at that shit. I don't know why they were. They gave me like half a fucking hot dog and like 3 Cheetos, like literally in a fucking Capri Sun.
Eric is so capped. They gave him so many hot dogs, but he actually wanted the concession food. So he was getting real feisty. He was like, no, they got donuts and they got like muffins.
All right, this revisionist history again. I was not fucking whining like I want donuts.
Eric did.
I did want some better food
back in the day.
So do, bitch.
I went to CCS 4 times, and then all 4 times, I came apart from like my senior year where I came.
Lose to the same guy every time.
Yeah.
Oh, I lost to the same guy in the in the league meet, and then like in our league finals, and then I lost to him, and I met him again in the All-Star game for football.
Fuck him.
Yeah, and he like, and for camp, we were on the same team for football, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I went to that. I went to that
the entire time, and there was like one play where he just pancaked me, man, and it was
That's sad. Can you imagine? Can you just imagine the shit talk rights that you have over someone when you beat him in wrestling for 4 straight years, and then you're like, and if you're in college, you're like, fuck, I finally got away from that guy, and he meets you again in another sport. He's like, I'm still gonna be trash, and like you're just still
game. Like, give me a fucking break. And they come.
By the way, that was the most boring game of football I think I've ever watched.
Did you go to the lacrosse one? The lacrosse All-Star game?
I only went to the football All-Star game.
Oh, dude, that was a good ass game.
That shit was a good ass game.
Did you guys win?
My team won. Cam lost. My team.
Oh, was it like a fantasy draft?
No. Actually, I don't know how they did that.
I don't know, but
it was weird.
Or they assign randoms like to each team.
I don't know, but it was like we literally won at the buzzer, like.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't go to that one. I only went to the football one.
12-11 or some shit.
How did I make the?
I wish I would have gone to that one. Yeah, because what was the final score?
How did you make the All-Star game, Collins? You played like
Someone quit.
For 7 games. Like
someone quit. Someone didn't want to play.
Who?
I don't remember.
Like I was
like
even then, like what? How?
It was me, Noah, and Ryan. And then one of the linemen quit or something. One of the D linemen. Nobody wanted to play D tackle.
Yeah. They didn't have an option for D tackle. It was just strictly all the D linemen that came for the All-Star game only played D end. So like they called
some GHS kids got in there too.
Yeah, we fucked them up.
But they were on the other team though.
Yeah.
And they called me there.
Shout out Eddie.
That's
the boy.
All right, I'll come.
Dope.
Yeah, but that game was so fucking boring. I don't think no one was scoring. It was like literally punt, miracle field goal, punt.
We won off a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, at the last.
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Cam was meeting Cam. I don't know. I really got cool with Cam through Matt, and then through Matt, it kind of slowly became like, oh, I would just go to see Matt, and then Cam was there, and then it got to the point where like I would literally just go to see Cam type of thing. Cam's house was fucking fun, dude. Cam's house was the fucking spot to be like during high school. There was a lot of fun shit that happened there. I have a lot of good memories being at Cam's house. I have a lot of good memories being at Cam's house. But yeah, I mean, Cam was the guy. I used to it got to the point where Cam would literally like guilt trip me to walk to his house so he wouldn't walk home alone. And then which by the way, just based on where we live, if I would have just walked home, it would have been like 15 minutes. But walking to Cam's house added like another 20 minutes because it went from a straight shot home to turning right to going outward, going inward in like a bunch of different directions.
Because like now I couldn't imagine you doing that. And I also remember when you walked me all the way to my house at like 7 p.m. in pitch black dark.
You want to know what's funny? My dad used to not care about what time I came home, but for some reason that night he wanted me to come home, and he was like, come home now, because he thought I was at Los Arroyos, and I was literally at your house, and I was like, I'll be home in 2 minutes, and I fucking sprinted to my house, bruh, sweat stains and all. like trying to make it to my. And the thing is, I was so slow. Like even though I sprinted, it still took me like 20 minutes.
I remember you were like, bro, I really can't. I gotta be home at this time. I was like, bro, come on, it's like 10-minute walk.
He was
always lying. He was all like, bro, I that was the first time I went to your house. He was like, bro, I literally lived 2 minutes away. He lived like 25 minutes away. Down like this long ass fucking street. Yeah, but I ended up getting in trouble because of you. So go fuck yourself. That was back when you had the fucking the weightlifting set, bench press. Yeah, but I used to walk to Cam's house just so he wouldn't be alone. Just because, like, for some reason he didn't want to walk
bike home. But then you rode the bike back to the house the next morning, and then you had sweat stains that were so bad.
Okay.
And a green Oakland A shirt, bro. It was
I had to change. I had to change shirts. So it was 7 a.m. and I was dripping. Okay, no, so
dripping.
It got to the point. It got to the point where I was like, Cam, I'm not gonna walk home. Like this takes so long just to walk home with you, because this was during school. Like this wasn't summertime. This was like during school time type of thing. No one drove yet. Well, one guy drove, but like we were. Cam didn't like him, but Cam knows what I'm talking about too. But no one drove. So like you would walk anywhere, or you'd ride your bike, and I didn't have a bike. Everyone else did, but I didn't have a bike. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. And he started being like, bro, honestly, if you walk home, I'll let you take my bike. I'll let you. It was your dad's bike, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like that bike was nice as fuck. That shit mobbed. It was like a 10-speed or some shit. That was a nice bike.
Why are you sweating so much?
Because I was severely overweight. So he was like, bro, just take the bike back to your house in the morning. Ride it to my house and we'll walk to school. And in my head, I was like, oh, that's not like it's not a big deal. I was like, that ain't half bad. So I did it, but what I failed to consider is, especially back then, I sweat very easily. So I wasn't considering the fact that I'm gonna have a backpack on my back, and I'm gonna be like, even though it's not. Now I look at it and like I would do that fucking bike ride in 2 minutes, maybe. Like it was harder for me to fucking bike because I was out of shape, and I stopped riding bikes for like fucking years. So I was like really like bad at riding. I had really shitty balance. Like there was a lot of things going against me that I should have considered before I did this. So I the next morning I told my dad, I was like, Dad, I don't need to ride. He's like, why? I was like, I'm gonna ride my bike to Cam's house. I remember him saying, he was always like, whose fucking bike is that? And I was like, oh, I'm just borrowing it. So I remember taking off, and I remember like I felt good at first. It was liberating to like not have to be fucking dropped off by your parents, because it was like, whoa, this is cool. I could like just like roll with my friends to school and shit. It wasn't cool. It was the most uncool thing in the world. I should have fucking listened. I should have something internally should have told myself not to do it. But I rode the bike, and when I hit the first stoplight, what street is that? Where you take the right and then you're going down Day Road? Or you're going towards CHS, you know? It's the long strip, and then you take a left into the school.
Longmeadow.
I got to Longmeadow, the four-way stop right there, and I remember kind of my back. You know, you could feel it when you're getting sweaty type of thing. And I was like, damn, dude, I feel a little like sweaty. And I wore a green fucking shirt. That was the first fuck up. Like that was such a rookie move in so many ways that now looking back on it, I would have managed so much better. I mean, looking back on it, I would have fucking done it because what the fuck. But I mean, I wouldn't have worn a green shirt. That was the ultimate like slap in the face. And I wrote in, the stoplight passes, like keep driving or keep riding or whatever. And from there, Cam's house wasn't far away. And I get to Cam's house, I'm like, I'm here. And I get off the bike and I take my backpack off. He's like, dude, what the fuck? And I was like, what? He's like, your back is so sweaty. And I thought he was fucking with me. Because I felt a little moist. I'm keeping it a buck. There's a little bit of texture. But like, no, I literally it was the shirt was green, but the entire back of the shirt was black. Like that's how bad it was. Completely, it was fucking disgusting. And I remember panicking. I was like, bro, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Because I was covered in sweat. And bro, like, here's the deal. Like I was in that transition. I was like losing weight. The self-confidence was still kind of like all, working on it type of thing. And the thought of and I sat in the front in my first period class, like literally the fucking front middle seat. So when I would pull up, my back was going to be exposed to everyone. So I was like literally panicking, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And to make it worse, what made me feel so much shittier is that Cam literally was just laughing, like no ounce of sympathy. He was like fucking like literally like a fucking hyena laughing, and I was hella self-conscious because like holy shit, I'm about to be covered in sweat in front of all the bad bitches, and literally I didn't know what to do. So my only option was to fucking go to my PE locker and wear my PE shirt for the whole fucking day. And anyone who's ever worn a PE shirt like for a full day of school, it's the worst. It's so no drip. Like it was fucking awful. I mean, even back then I probably didn't have drip, but like for me, it was like a negative. I was reaching negative on the scale. Go ahead, Collins.
It says all that. And then he would show up to class, right? And he would smell, and I would let him know that he was musty. He would just not, and he would deny it. He would just deny it. like he would have like.
Where are we going with this, Collins, bro?
And he would make
Collins.
class, and then do this, right?
Oh my god.
Collins. Yo, Collins. What did you gain from that, bro? What did you gain?
Wait. You want to know what the worst smell is? Collins left curry in my car on a summer day. But after practice. Container of
that's.
So did you like park your car and then you came back in it like hours later?
After practice, he was eating curry in the fucking morning. You know,
now that I think about it, anyone who eats curry at school, like pulls up with a bowl of curry, is just wild as fuck.
You know
Straight
why
up,
that, boy, Cam, you know why that bowl was left in your car? It was
I know where this is
took
going.
off early without me.
No, it's not. That wasn't
There's that game where he like blindsided me, and then we got into that little like.
Did he blindside you or did you?
He hit me. Yeah, no, he hit me. What you mean?
That was a clean hit, and then the play after he hit
man.
in the fucking back for no reason.
Collins, you want to know what's funny? The second he brought up leaving something in his car, the first thing I thought was like, the first fucking memory I had was him leaving you on that day. The first thing
didn't leave you. I forgot you were going
that day. That's why his car smelled, because I couldn't take my fucking food with me because he left.
Nah. Because Cam, this is during the school year, right?
Oh, it was summer.
Oh, actually, that's kind of incriminating because that day that happened was on a summer practice. So
it was
Collins could be telling the truth. Hold up. You ate curry before a fucking football practice?
It was a scrimmage, right, Cam? Like that was that day.
It was. I don't think it was that day. I think you just forgot it in the car because you put it in the back.
I mean, you did leave him regardless, but
I forgot he went with me.
Nah, there is some tension there. It's been 5 years. Like, it's okay to admit that you left him. I would have left him too. He's being a prick, but it's okay to admit that's what your intention was. He was out of pocket. He deserved to get left.
It was the hottest day of summer, and
it was so fucking hot that day.
He lived literally 5 minutes away from school.
It was so hot. No, Collins is right, because that day was like
off of the cement, like it was just so hot that day. And to not be able to get in the air-conditioned car, man, was just so.
It was nice.
Cam gave me a ride home that day, though.
No, he didn't.
Because the first thing I asked when I got in the car is, "Where's Collins?" And you were all like, "Oh, he's not getting a ride, or he got a ride."
You retard.
I don't know. Yeah, but
Eric over here complaining about a bike ride while Collins was literally walking to school shirtless. So
yeah.
I mean, it just shows you who's built different, you know? Well, good times, man. Reminiscent. That's good. Yeah, Cam told me he was in the Mafia when I first met him.
I had to kill out of that, bro.
Yeah, big gaudy Cam.
Fucking 5th grade.
You should tell everybody back in the day.
Eric told me that Collins used to kill cheetahs.
Yeah, exactly that.
I don't even want to dive into this story, because certain people that know the facts behind the story will refuse to admit what happened, and this story is just gonna make me look bad, regardless.
What's the story? What are you talking about?
This is like
the truth will set you free. Yeah, this has been a slanderous episode. You're
spearing cheetahs and tigers in Africa.
Eric said that.
Yeah, he did.
Spreading rumors.
You're spreading rumors. You just brought that shit up. That was a 5th grade ass fucking story, and you're bringing that shit up now. I'm 21 years old, and that motherfucker did say that shit. I don't give a fuck what anyone says, and he knows it. Look at him, fucking chuckling.
Yo, Cam really
Yeah.
did someone.
Cam definitely has a mob tendency, so I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah. Oh shit.
Cam, what'd you do last Saturday?
Hung out with the boys.
What was on Saturday? Did something happen? Oh, we're still doing. He did the thing. Anyway, speaking of which, let's do our annual MMA talk. We have a big card on Saturday. We got Izzy for the light heavyweight title, Jan and Sterling for the bantamweight title. Dude, this card is fucking stacked. This is like far and away the best card of the year. Like, it's not even fucking close.
Yeah, I mean,
you guys want to get into it or no?
Hot take.
Let's get a quick picks.
We'll do fighter picks and we'll wrap it up.
All right, bet.
I gotta run.
I got Israel. I want Nunes, and then I want Sterling.
Nunes. I'm gonna have to copy Cam. Yeah, I was gonna just.
Black Witch is fucking scary though. I'll tell you that for a fact.
Polish power.
Honestly, I could see an upset. Honestly, if I'm gonna lock in any of them, it's gonna be Nunes. But if you want to do some underdog type betting, I wouldn't be opposed to betting.
I don't think.
What if I told you I have a friend who loves to do betting? He could be on the pod soon. We'll see.
Ooh.
Yeah, fuck Mata. Collins. I feel like you only know the main event. You don't even know the other.
Yeah, I only know Nunes and Adesanya, so that's what I'm going for.
Do you even know who they're fighting?
No. So like, I hope they win.
All right, Nunes and Adesanya.
Hey, are we watching the fight still?
Yeah.
I was going to Merced to watch him with Collins.
Okay.
TV.
On his laptop or what, dude?
You don't have a TV?
No.
Know that.
You were down fucking horrendous. I guess not even. Okay, so I'm gonna go Jan, Nunes. Although I want Sterling to win, let me clarify. I hope Sterling wins, but I think Jan's gonna win.
Yeah.
And then just for the sake of, I'm going back and forth between the Izzy fight. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's hard to bet against Izzy at this point, considering he's literally essentially dominated everybody. And he's not invincible. He's had some losses at 205 to Santos.
Who did he fight
Corey
last?
Anderson. Who did he fight last?
Yeah, he almost lost that one.
Reyes. No, he Reyes.
No, didn't he fight Holloway?
Holloway's 145, bro.
Yeah. I was thinking something else.
Holloway.
Are you thinking of Volkanovski?
Maybe.
Volkanovski's the long last name. Yeah. He beat Reyes, but fuck, man, I keep going back and forth. It's just hard to bet against Izzy. Like, it really is.
He's going up a weight class. Like, you can't. You got to expect the unexpected.
I just want. Here's what's gonna happen. Izzy's gonna win. John Jones is gonna win. Izzy's gonna call out John Jones. John Jones is gonna come back down to 205. John Jones is gonna just.
John's not coming down to 205.
John Jones is
Oh,
gonna the consensus goat, and all of you haters and doubters are not gonna have any excuse.
You're a fucking bandwagon like Collins.
Really? Because I've been a John Jones fan since before you were born, buddy. All right, I've liked John Jones since UFC was. All right, when I was
a John Jones fan when he was 12 years old fighting in middle school wrestling, buddy. I'll have you know.
I was
before the addiction.
All right, see why you guys said.
Let him know. Fuck, I'm going Izzy.
Yeah.
It's just hard to pick against Izzy at this point. I think the Jones fight happens, but I think it happens at heavyweight.
I can see it, but
unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
John Jones gets knocked out by Ngannou.
Fuck out of here.
I disagree.
It's gonna happen.
I disagree. All right.
Literally just pulled that out of your arse.
Anyway, that's a wrap for this episode, boys. Please check it out. If you're sensitive to your tier rankings and pick up basketball, maybe this isn't the podcast for you. But anyway, we appreciate all the support, all the love. We'll try and be back on next week. No promises. You know, Schmatio, man, he's a busy guy. He's got a lot going on. You know, he's got places to be. So if we can pin him down for a day next week, we'll get him back on. But if not, then hey, maybe we'll skip a week. But I highly doubt that. This shouldn't be a regular occurrence. We should be on weekly. Anyway, we appreciate the love. That was our last episode was by far our biggest episode in every metric. Keep showing the love, guys. We'll try and put out good content. With that being said, I'm going to round it up. If you guys want to add your socials, blah, 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 where can they find you, Cam?
Instagram, cam_m.g.
Twitch? Maybe one more time, just to remind.
TTV Cam G 5228.
And Cam is CAM, correct?
Yes.
And Matt will link that in the description on the video on YouTube. And then if you're listening through Podbean or whatever, you can just go look it up. Collins, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram at shibike_OK. That's CHIBUYKE_OK. You can find me there. Show me some love.
You're a smart guy, because I was literally going to tell you, I was like, make sure you spell it out. But
yeah, and don't worry, guys. I'm gonna drop the links of all these wonderful people where you can find them, Instagram, Twitter, etc. But like Eric,
hey, big fella, let me link you. All right, you're not hosting today.
Your screen.
I know. Hold on, I'm trying to find my Twitter. Okay, I got it. Anyway, for all the Matt tried to interject and take over, even though he's not hosting this episode. Matt, where can they find you, man?
IG Matt Oli 3, Twitter at Matt Oli 15, Oli as in OLY, and it will be down in the description for you guys also.
It's not OLY, isn't it? OLI?
Yeah, that's what I meant. It'll be.
Motherfucker doesn't even know his own handle,
What?
and it's